Okay, so today I wasn't gonna make a video, and now I am, because why not? Probably gonna make one though, because I don't know, I don't really have anything that I feel like talking about in a specific sense, since I have like a list of things I'm keeping like a list of things that I want to talk about, because whenever I don't, I forget. Like, like I said, I use the Doom video as the best example where I didn't talk about Doom for a long time because I forgot. And so eventually I started writing down like ideas of things I want to talk about. But as I was looking it over, I thought to myself, I don't really want to talk about these right now, right? Like there's some things where it's like I feel like I need to be in like a specific mindset to talk about. And in this one, I was just kind of like, I don't really want to talk about any of this. So this one's not on the list, but I wanted to talk about it. And what I want to talk about is the world. The world as a whole. The whole of the world. You know, the little hole, the one you put your finger in. Bad start. Anyway, the world is flat. It's not. It's a sphere of sorts. Is the Earth considered a sphere? I mean, I think it would be, but I think it's bumpy, so I don't know if they consider like Earth a sphere. Whatever. It's a planet. It's planet shape. But I'm not talking about like the world from like a astral, or maybe not astral, a spatial sense where I'm talking about like the Earth looking from like space. I'm talking about like the world in general, like the world we live in, as in like the world, the countries, whatever the fuck else. So I am obviously not going to say where I'm from specifically. I will, but I did say in a video that I was from America. I'm American, and I have a very generic American accent, I would say. At least I would assume. I don't know. I don't know. It's like how my voice sounds to me. It sound to me my sound my voice sound my voice to me my voice sounds like kind of deepish, not like deep like where it's like on the fucking ground and eventually I'm gonna like become like a faceless YouTuber and make music and all the girls are gonna want me because my throat's destroyed from gastric acid. Sorry, I just for some reason wanted to. I don't know. I don't even know if anyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, my voice is not really deep, but to me, my voice always sounded deep. And ever since I started doing videos and I heard my recording, like my voice sounds meek. Like it sounds very like it sounds like a country boy who's trying to hide that he's a country boy, but I'm also shy. Like, I'm pressing the tips of my fingers together, like, hello, everyone. My name is Timothy McBimothy, and I'm going to tell you a story today. But I'm not. Like, but that's how my voice sounds to me. But when I hear it coming from my throat, like as I'm talking now, it sounds fine. It doesn't sound fine. I hate my voice. But it sounds kind of like deepish. But when I hear it back, it doesn't sound anything like that. So I don't know what the fuck my accent is. I don't know. I'm sure someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you have like uh, like a like a dying possum accent." And it's like, okay, cool. I don't know what the fuck that means. But anyway, yeah, this is about the world. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And as someone who's from America, I don't understand shit about this country at all. And I'm not like I've said this before, I hate politics. And I don't care about any politics, right? I've heard like Canadians talk about politics. I've heard the British talk about their politics. I've heard other countries talk about their politics. And I don't care about America's politics. Why would I care about any other? The only time I can say that I would like kind of care about someone else's politics is when they are under a tyranny, like someplace like Russia or China. That is like the only time I would be like, I'm not gonna get like invested and be like, oh man, I gotta calculate how to, if there's something I can do to help them take down these tyrannical leaders. Like obviously no, like I'm just gonna look at it and be like, wow, that sucks, and that's it. But here in America, I hate politics. I do not give a shit about them. Do not care about which old person sits in a fucking fancy office and shits their adult diapers. I don't give a shit. And also here in America, there's like this blood boiling rivalry between Texas and California. And the reason behind that is politics, because California is a very left leaning or state, Jesus, and Texas is a very right leaning state. And because of that, I kind of hate both of them because I don't I don't want to go anywhere that is so heavily political that it just feels like everything, because like I'm not from either of those states. So there you go. I gave you a hint on where I could be, and it's not those two. But I hate them because California specifically is like some fancy shithole where everything's expensive. There's shit on the streets, and a lot of people from there are like full of themselves. But then you have Texans with who are toting guns everywhere, Bibles, fucking literally will kill you if you so much as look at them wrong. I hate both of those states solely because of the obsessive politics and just like these, they're both so fucking set in their ways. It's like literally staring at like two old people fighting, because a lot of times old people will like die on this hill for what they stand for, and it's just like Jesus Christ, like I don't care. But as someone who comes from America, I hate it. I hate politics. I hate this constant bickering and fighting in this country over such trivial shit as what old person's gonna sit in a chair for 4 years. Like I could give less of a shit. It's not like that any president's ever fucking done anything. And then the world, we expand. I've talked about Canada and the UK, and they fucking hate America. Almost every country hates America, let's be real. Except for like Kosovo or something like that. I think like Kosovo was like a country that like idolized America or something like that. Which that's a weird country to know. However, I did study countries. That was one thing I used to love doing. I used to love studying as many random countries as humanly possible. And it's so weird because there's some countries you don't even know exist. And sometimes there's like countries with like cool shit where you're like, wow, there's a lot of like cool like festivities and sports and all sorts of like culture stuff. And it's just like, wow, this place is fucking cool. But then you look at like the laws and it's like, oh, you go to jail if you show your ankle. You can't eat chicken on like a Tuesday, or you will literally be shot to death if you chew bubblegum. And it's like, Jesus Christ, what the hell? you know? And we have Canada up there, cold ass place, icy ass place, and for some reason Alaska, which is a part of America, hangs off. I'm not a smart man, so I don't. I slept through history, so I don't know why we have Alaska. I'm gonna be honest. Same with Hawaii. I don't know, but I don't know a lot about Canada. I just know that Canada hates America like violently, and I know that America also hates Canada. And the stereotype for Canadians are that they're all nice. But from what I've seen, if you talk to like actual Canadians, they usually tell you, "Oh no, Canadians are not nice." But at the same time, that's everywhere, because every country in the world has nice and mean people. So like I never understood why Canada got like the whole, "Oh, there's so many nice people." And then the UK got like the stereotypes of like, "Oh, bad teeth and drinking tea," right? Which I mean, tea is popular in the UK, right? Like that one's not much of a stereotype, but the bad teeth one is, right? And also, the British used to own like almost the entire world at one point, which is fucking wild. But and there's just so many countries, and there's countries where there's like laws that are like, God damn, that just seems unfair, right? And then there's like island countries, and there's like the out in the Oceania, or is that what it's called? Like Oceania? I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or something. I don't know. Like the Isles of Samoa and the places around there where they're somewhat more tribal, you know? And for the longest time, I was also told that like African countries are like super poor, and that like they had like, oh, they were lived in shacks and everything was in dismay, right? Because that's what you always hear, right? In movies and like TV shows and stuff, they always like play Africa up like it's like this like place that's like falling apart, and like God, like if someone like shut the door to their house too hard, it would collapse, right? But it's not. It's like actually like a bustling city. Like it's actually pretty well put together. Like, yeah, there are poor parts of Africa, but there's poor parts of like every country. But Africa is nowhere near as like destroyed and like sad as like so many things make it out to be, which is like one of those things where you see it and you're like, oh, why is it always pictured like that? You know? And then, Russia takes up like a monstrous part of Europe. And it's like, and it's led by a fucking psychopath. So that's fantastic. And then you have the Middle East. It's just, the Middle East is, what's weird is Middle East has like so much like cool stuff. Like they have so much like cool like cultural stuff. Like when you look it up, but like God, the laws are asinine. Like a woman so much as like shows her bare hand and she gets like fucking executed, and it's like God damn, like what the hell? And that's obviously a joke. Like obviously the Middle East is like actually kind of like changing a bit. Not really much, but it's not like women can now like exist without being executed solely for breathing. They can actually breathe for once. Sorry. And then you have the Asian countries. Yeah. China that's being completely fucking destructive and making everyone mad, as well as North Korea that's making everyone mad. And then South Korea is like cool, and everyone likes South Korea. And everyone likes Japan, and I wonder why everyone likes Japan. I wonder why. I wonder why. And obviously there's, like, I don't know every country, but I did study a lot of countries, but I don't know every country. And I like that. I'd like to know, like, every country. But yeah, I don't know. The world is just so fucking crazy because it's just it like you'd feel like we're at like a point in the world where there'd be no reason for like wars and shit anymore. You think people would have their established land and just be like, yeah, we're cool here, and then we'd live like that, and then we'd import shit, export shit, all that kind of stuff, and then you'd think it would just end there, right? But it doesn't. For some reason, there's embargoes, wars still, innocent people dying because other countries just don't like them, and it's just like, man, we're really in this like futuristic ass place where we could be making such amazing shit and just living our own lives, and there's still leaders out there who just decide, yeah, let's fucking kill people. Like, I don't get it. Like, isn't there enough shit going on? I don't know. But the world's wild. And someday the earth is gonna fucking explode, and that's pretty fucking cool. I will have been dead for about like 7 billion years. Because look, I know people like to like theorize when the Earth's gonna explode or get engulfed by the sun. Because I think that was like a thing, isn't it? Like the sun's gonna engulf Earth at some point. But let's be honest, anyone who's worried about that, you're gonna be dead long before that happens. So you're basically cursing your great 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 grandchildren who will get to live to see that horrible day. But yeah, I don't know. Earth is weird. The world is weird. I hope we find aliens. I think that'd be cool. And there's any single alien chicks, I'd be happy to like call them. I don't know if like NASA is gonna let me use like one of their satellites, see if I can contact one. But I mean, love finds a way. I have brain damage if it wasn't apparent. Anyway, yeah, the world, Zawoldo, whatever the fuck that JoJo reference is. I don't know. I need to shut up. Anyway, yeah, the world's weird. So, yeah, I can't wait to be engulfed by the sun. Whatever.